Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Trump's Secret Service on high alert after what's headed to the White House right now. The left has been foaming at the mouth ever since Donald Trump was elected President of the United States. These anti-American traitors were convinced that Hillary Clinton would win and continue Barack Obama's destructive policies of dismantling America. However, those plans were thwarted when the American people banded together and sent a resounding no to these politicians by voting for Trump. Every step that Trump has taken, he has faced ridicule, lies, and hate from the tolerant left. These lies have ranged from Trump colluding with Russia to win the election to him being a racist bigot. Now, with tensions mounting after hate groups clashed in Charlottesville, Virginia a couple weeks ago, Trump's Secret Service is on high alert after seeing what is headed to the White House. The country is more divided than ever as leftist hate groups continue to cause violence across the country. Antifa and Black Lives Matter have united together in order to cause as much havoc as they can with the blessing of the liberal media. These hate groups are not interested in compromise or understanding but are only concerned with destroying the country we all love. All of that hate came to head in Charlottesville, Virginia when white supremacists and members of Antifa clashed that ended up leaving one dead. Instead of this being a wake-up call to all involved, it all empowered the violent left to spill more blood in the name of justice. Now, these so-called activists are planning a peaceful 10-day march starting from Charlottesville, Virginia to Washington, D.C., to fight perceived white supremacy and demand that President Trump is removed from office. Here's more. The Hill. Activists are set to start a 10-day march from Charlottesville, Virginia, to Washington, D.C., on Monday to confront white supremacy and demand President Trump's removal from office. The march to confront white supremacy is set to start in Charlottesville Monday, August 28 and end in Washington, D.C., on Wednesday, September 6. Organizers say the march will be followed by an occupation of Washington with daily nonviolent demonstrations. This is the time to confront white supremacy in our government and throughout our history. We demand that President Trump to be removed from office for aligning himself with this ideology of hate, and we demand an agenda that repairs the damage it's done to our country and its people, the website for the march reads. This will be a sustained civil disobedience campaign, so bring what you need to stay, they added. The march to confront white supremacy is being planned by a number of activist groups such as the Women's March, Working Families Party, the Action Group Network, United We Dream, Color of Change, and others. Violence erupted in Charlottesville earlier this month at a protest against removing a Confederate statue, and a man with reported ties to white nationalists killed one person and injured dozens more by allegedly ramming his car into a crowd of counter-protesters. Tensions were further inflamed when Trump responded by blaming many sides for the violence. The attack spurred demonstrations against white supremacy around the country, including in Durham, North Carolina, where protesters surrounded and toppled a Confederate statue in the days after the violence. Other cities around the country have chosen to take down or cover Confederate monuments in the wake of the Charlottesville attack. The website that is planning the event posted this on their site about the meaning of the march and what to bring. For years, white supremacist violence, rhetoric, and policies have escalated and intensified, exploding during Donald Trump's run for president and reaching a boiling point in Charlottesville. This is listed under march logistics. Housing. There will be basic housing provided for marchers, primarily in churches along the march route. If you have specific housing requirements, you may have to meet them at your own expense. We want to be as inclusive as possible, so please let us know about any reasonable accommodations we may be able to make when you register. Food. There will be basic meals, water, and snacks provided for marchers. We plan to accommodate a range of dietary restrictions, vegetarians, vegans, gluten-free, but cannot assure that we will meet your personal standards or preferences. Consider bringing any special non-perishable items for yourself. Luggage. Your bags and luggage will be transported for you from the start point to the end point for each day of the march. If you want to carry anything with you, considering bringing a day pack or small bag. Trump has disavowed white supremacy, hate groups, and the KKK for years, which is why this entire march and the premise for it is ludicrous at best and should not be even happening. And, here is the proof of that in this video montage. These rabid liberals cannot stand the fact that Trump won the election and is restoring law and order back to the country. These protesters should all be arrested the minute that they start acting up, and that is not all. The group Antifa should be immediately labeled as a terrorist group, and whenever they begin to congregate they are arrested and put behind bars for a long. No one is saying that they do not have a right to free speech or protest, but when it results in violent actions, measures must be taken to protect the public. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.